How are you doing, guys? Um, um yeah, yeah, it's been a while. I'm so sorry, guys. Um, I've been very busy these days, so I really am so sorry about. Uh, I left you alone, I abandoned you, but my main concern was I was just working in some specific stuff, and I wanted to make like a third part for the procedural materials with procedural textures inside of Blender, and a small combination with image editors like Affinity Photo or GIMP. Doesn't matter which one. So at the end of the day, what we're gonna do in this, I want to show you guys how to work with procedurals in I would not say in a more efficient way. I will say a little bit more comfortable without feeling so annoyed or afraid um, to touch them, to touch all the notes in there. So here are some candies that I did for a project from a long time. First of all, these candies are not available for anybody because this was a project, but I asked for permission for the client, and the client gave me free full permission to use this for a tutorial for non-commercial purposes. So I did some classic candies in there. There's a Mexican candy in there, candy sugar Mexican in there. So there's the red caramels that we used to eat in the past in Christmas. The orange gummies, the peppermint caramel in there, the Tootsie Pop lollipops in there, and the candy corn, the banana, the fruit candies in there. So I wanted just to show you and reinforce again the just the basics for Brazil stuff in there, just as a review, not something 100% new, but I want to give you a review to in order just to have two different um, tutorials or lives for procedurals in there. So this is gonna be specifically just for that, just to reinforce. So let's just start from the pretty basic. So as you remember, so these kind of candies, we used to use these candies in the past for, just buy a big plastic bag in there in the candy shop, and then you're gonna see like some grapes, some like green apples and things like that. So this these guys are gonna be the easiest one. So don't worry about many things. So we're gonna just start. We're gonna just reuse something, and I'm gonna show you guys how to say a small trick with procedural to have just one material with multicolors for these guys. It's something really easy, but I learned it from a tutorial a long time ago. But I'm sorry, guys, but this is pretty useful. So let's just start, and we're gonna just do something like this. So first of all, let me just turn on the screencast stuff in order just to show you what I'm just clicking in there. So there you go. Yes, there you go. All right, we're gonna start with these three guys in there. So let's just rip off this because I don't like to see the grid in there. So let's just add just one material in there, and we're gonna just call it fruits underscore m. And then what we're gonna do in these kind of situations is this. First of all, we're gonna just go for we're going for this. Where is it? Where is it? Yum, 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 yum. We're gonna call this object info. The object info has a lot of information in here for location, color, alpha, the index to create custom mask and material masks for specific, but for these two I don't think we should use them anymore in future for compositing because we already have pretimates in there. So we're gonna use this one. This is we can just apply some random list for information for the colors in there. So we're gonna just click in here in Eevee in real-time rendering. We're gonna change this guy into this one. I don't want to use this one because it has some specific colors. I want to use black and white, and yeah, so we're gonna use this object info, so you can just use this random to make a call for random colors in there. The next thing we're gonna bring is a color ramp, and then we're gonna just plug random into a color, and we're gonna have something like this. So we haven't seen anything yet. Why? Because we need to apply the same material to these guys. We're gonna click Ctrl L and then link material, and we're gonna change the interpolation from linear to constant. So first of all, if we start just moving this guy, something like this, we're gonna see these changes. So as you can see here in the viewport, in the rendering, is that the banana and the mango, they're getting black, but this guy is getting white. Let's just change the color in order just to make you believe that this is working right now. Let's just put like something like grape or something like this, and then we're gonna call this guy, for example, like a yellow, something like this for this candy, and we're gonna click in this plus in here because this is to add a new bar, or you can click Control click in any place in there, and then you can just bring one of the colors. You can just delete it, but I'm gonna just click it just like this. Okay, let's just put it in here, and we're gonna use something like this. Let's just change this guy to something like some orange in there. Let's just bring this guy a little bit close to this guy, and this guy just a little bit like this. Something like this. Let's just flip the colors like this. I'm gonna bring this guy in here. Yeah, I know, it's a little bit there you go, guys. Okay, so this is one of the ways just to have something a little bit more like random colors. And let's just start just working. Let's just gather these guys and put these guys a little bit closer. So let's just start just working just a little bit. I know people is gonna tell me, why are you putting so much effort in there? It's because, you know, small details are gonna make the difference. So first of all, I'm gonna bring a noise texture, and then I'm gonna click Ctrl T because we're gonna work with this guy to make something a little bit different. We're gonna make the roughness, the PBRs inside of Blender. We will not use a Substance Painter. I'm gonna use Substance Painter with Blender in another tutorial, completely different. So let's just bring these guys just a little bit like this, and let's just bring a color ramp like black and white, connect the factor to the factor, and then the color to the roughness, and we're gonna just start just producing something like this because, as you remember, things are not perfect in real world. So you need to understand that when you start just working doing things like this, things are not perfect. So try to make things with wear and tear and rusty. I mean, you will not make a rusty candy in there. So let's just increase a little bit the scale, like 8, something like this. The detail, I'm gonna increase it to 4, and then we're gonna just start playing with these guys like a little bit, something like this. Let's just increase it a little bit, something like this. And we're gonna change also this guy just a little bit, just to make something like this. Let's just go back to 2. 2 is alright, I think. It's just 600, something like this. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. Because nothing is perfect. Nothing. So we can just add a second layer um, of reflections or highlights in there, specs. We're gonna start just using the code. So we will not plug the roughness, the color ramp into this roughness, because I want something a little bit like a second layer of like glossiness in there. Like, let's just put 0.184, and we're gonna have something like this, as you can see, guys. 0.100 is alright. Let's just increase the roughness just a little bit, a tiny bit, like something like this. There you go, guys. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. And as you can see, for example, when you buy these kind of candies and you are in a morning, like morning light, daylight, things like that, you can see there's a tiny um, ray of light around those guys. Is because it's like a kind of a Fresnel effect. Let's just start just using the sheen effect. 0.100, something like this. There you go, guys. And this is what I was looking for. So for these guys, I think that's it. But we can just add a little bit more detail with some bumpiness in there. Let's just put Ctrl J. Let's just put these guys in a frame. I don't want to have any how to say, I don't want to have any chaos in here. So let's just start just adding a little bit like bump in there. And I'm gonna add a small and tiny noise texture in there. Ctrl T, and then I'm gonna just, because I want to control the black and white, the grays in there. So let's just plug this guy here and here into the height, then plug the normals, and we're gonna see something pretty weird. Is because the percentage, the power in here is too strong. Let's just reduce it 0.05, just a little bit, something like this. The distance 0.100. Let's just reduce. Let's just change the interpolation, because this is a little bit harshy. Let's just B-spline tiny bit. Let's just wait, and then let's just start playing with these values in here. Let's just change the detail to 1, something like this. Change it to 4.8, something like this. Yeah, there you go. There you are. So for these guys, I think that's it. So this is something, just a small review. So for small details, as I was telling you guys, is small details make the difference. So try to make something. This is a little bit more close for reality, but just make something a little bit more comfortable, guys. I mean, try to, if you want to do something like realism, is practice and practice. I know this is a pretty small and basic shape, but with basic shapes we start just practicing realism. So these guys are 100% done. Let's just start just working with the the candy corn, and this is gonna be not the same but a little bit similar. So we're gonna touch the how do you say, the subsurface scattering is gonna be something no so fancy, but also we're gonna use something a little bit not 100% procedural, because we need to just understand that things need to be precise at some point. Not 100% precise, but yeah, let's do it. Let's just put corn candy underscore m, and we're gonna just start working with this. Let's just start with a color ramp. Not color ramp, let's just make a texture, and we're gonna call an image texture. So this is gonna be the first time that we're gonna use some of the texture tools inside of Blender. And yeah, let's just call it, let's just make texture, and we're gonna call it diffuse color, something like this. And we're going to make this guy a little bit with the color of the candy corn. The base one is gonna be this guy. So this is gonna be the base color, and I'm gonna plug it into the base one in here. What is gonna be next? Next is gonna be this. We're gonna click tab, and then we're going to texture paint. In these kind of situations, many people is gonna tell me, are you gonna paint with this? No, I will not use the brush. I'm gonna use the fill. Why the fill? Because the fill is gonna give me more control in what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna use the gradient. So people is gonna tell me, why did you put a base? It's just in order just to give an idea in first place. So I'm gonna put the three colors of the candy corn in there. So I'm gonna copy the color that we already have in here. I'm gonna copy this guy. It's Ctrl C. Then I'm gonna copy this guy into this guy, into this guy. So it's this guy with this. Then I'm gonna apply another color in there, and I'm gonna apply the yellow one, and then it's gonna be the white one. I will not put 100% whites, because you know it's not good to put 100% whites. So let's just start just working in here. So I'm gonna use a linear one. So we have blending modes, we have radial and linear. So these are the only gradients that we can paint in here. You can use the gradient node in there, but I have to be honest, guys, I don't like it, because sometimes it works, but sometimes it produces some like issues in there, some bugs in there. So I prefer to use this guy. So first of all, how does this work? So we have here, we had the blending modes, we have how much strength we're gonna apply in there, we have linear and radial, we have to apply colors, RGB, linear, B-spline, blah blah blah, you already know it. And we have many other things that we can just see in here. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna fit the view just in the front view, and we're gonna click from this to here, and then we're gonna have something like this. So let's just do it in reverse, something like this. Something like this. There you go, guys. And there you have the candy corn in here. So this is not not it. That is we need to keep working on this guy. So first of all, we're gonna save this guy, and I don't know. Possibly I'm gonna save this guy in Blender Lives. Just gonna just click it in there, and then I'm gonna leave it in RGB, 16 bits, no compression, and there you go. Because we don't want to lose that information there. So the next step for this guy is gonna be the candy corn is not 100% this specky. So let's just reduce like 0.250. This is the real one. So this is the real look that the candy corn looks with the speculars. So another thing, not 100% white, and we're gonna just start working with the subsurface scattering. One of the things that you need to understand is that we're working in Eevee right now. So the numbers that you're gonna apply in the weight and the scale in Eevee are gonna be completely different in cycles. So let's just change to cycles just a little bit. Let's just change to the render in cycles, and I'm gonna bring my XSRs because I need those guys. I need to bring my guys in here. There you go. And I'm gonna call this guy. Yep. Let's just render just this small guy in here. I don't need to see the other guys. So first of all, if we're gonna work just in cycles in here, so the values in here are gonna change drastically this guy. So let's just apply the weight in here. So as you can see in here, the subsurface scattering is already working. Let's just add a little bit more power just in order to show you how it looks. 0.1, and there you go. So as you can see, the color is just going and transmitting inside of the piece. Is too powerful. Let's just put 0.05 like before, just something like this, and let's just add a small light in there, just to show you how it's working. So as you can see, it's 100% working. Let's just reduce the power by 2 and 0.8. Let's just put this light just a little bit farther, and as you can see, it's still so powerful. 0.015. There you go, guys. There you go. So this is something a little bit, just a tiny bit, tiny, like something like that. There you go. This is what I was looking for. So as you can see, guys, this is working pretty nice with this. So let's just keep working in this. So as you remember, let's just preview it in Eevee at this moment, just for working. We're going back a little bit later in cycles. Small details, guys. Let's just add small noise in there. I wanna add some noise in there, like they're not 100% the candy corn like Sharpie. They have some noise in there, and that's something that I am interested. Let's just add another color ramp in there. Bring these guys a little bit like this. Connect this guy in here, and the color into the height, and normal with the normal. Okay. We need to change some values in here. First of all, we need to change from generate to object, because I wanna affect the whole object 100% like triplanar. Let's just increase the value in here like 32. We will need something a little bit higher, like 1024 for in detail, and roughness in 0.8. Let's just reduce the power in here like 0.1. Let's just go in there. Let's just to check it is in here. 0.184, something like this. Let's just increase something like this. This is alright, I think. There you go. Yeah. Let's see it in here. Let's just zoom in. Let's just see. Yeah, it's working pretty good. As you can see in the light, here you're gonna be able to see this guy. Let's just reduce the power of this light. This is still too high. Let's just increase the radius just to minimize the there you go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, you're gonna be able to see the effect in here between these two sides. And there you go. Yeah, for the candy corn is something like this. It's gonna be just the color with the process with the gradient tools, with the texture tools inside of Blender, and then I apply some procedural basics in here, and that's it. Let's just move forward, and yeah, let's go for. We're gonna start working in the red caramel. Do you remember, guys, the caramels, the strawberry caramels that we just eat in Christmas? So let's just start just working for that, and we're gonna make a completely different material in there, and we're gonna only use procedurals in here. So we're gonna start just working with something a little bit more like transparent, like transmission information, but we're gonna use 100% cycles in here because it's necessary. So let's just start just rendering in here. We're gonna just hide those guys, and we're gonna just start working with this guy. So first of all, it's gonna be easy, but it's gonna be fun. I like crystals and things like that, so let's just change the color, something a little bit more reddish, and we're gonna just reduce the roughness to 0.100. Let's just make something a little bit more red and a little bit darky, and we're gonna use transmission 100%. Yeah, I know. People's gonna tell me, there you go, you finished. No. Details, guys. Details. Please, in the name of Jesus, Allah, and Buddha, and many other gods, we need to apply details. Details are the key in the final results. So first of all, as you can see here, roughness is just plain really amazing in here. But we're gonna just start working with some noise texture here, but we're gonna work in a different way. So we're gonna force some specific stuff in here. We're gonna click object, we're gonna change it, and then we're gonna just apply the color ramp. Then we're gonna click the factor in here. We're gonna connect it into the roughness, and then people's gonna tell me what is different. So let's just wait. So we're gonna start just increasing the value of one of these axes. Let's just increase it to 8 in here, and then we're gonna just start playing with this guy in here. Let's just increase this guy. If you want to see the result of what is doing this, let's just do this. Let's just increase the scale 32. We're gonna increase this guy in here. Let's just see which one is gonna give us the final result that we're looking. This one is what I was looking for. Something like this. Let's just distort these guys tiny bit, something like this, and then let's just connect the shader. As you can see here, yeah, the details are just working pretty fine in there. I'm just previewing this in Eevee, but let's just go for cycles. As you can see here, yeah, there you go. You're gonna be able to see this guy in here, something like this. We need to increase the details in here. Something like this. Yeah, there you go. And we can reuse this information just to make some details. You know that these caramels are not 100% polished. It's like the previous case. Is nothing is 100% perfect. So let's just add another guy like this. Let's just duplicate this guy because I want to control this guy in here a little bit different than the other guy. Let's just connect the height in here and let's just put it into the normal. I know it's really harshy, but let's just reduce the power 0.2 and we're starting to see something more interest. 0.100 0.084, yeah, 0.025, yeah, this is what I was looking for. Yeah, this is it. Let's just make something a little bit more different, something like this. Yeah, there you go, guys. And there it is, guys. You're gonna remember those strawberry candies that we were eating in Christmas, and this is just a review, guys. Let me just remind you: is people is gonna start just complaining, make something a little bit more advanced, but this is not for intermediate or advanced people. This is just for beginners to show you how can you do interesting things with the basics. So let's just imagine, guys, you can just produce a commercial with this for a candy company like, I don't know, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and produce like some specific candies flying around to the commercial and just drop it into a cup or a shovel or I don't know. So these basics are really important because many people doesn't care about it, but most of the commercials that you have seen since 2000 until now, they have been done in 3D 100%. I don't care the software. You can make it right now with Blender whatever you want, even though you can do like Coca-Cola commercials with Blender and many other things. I remember here in Mexico there was when you go to the movie theater, they put a lot of commercials in there with Corona and things like that, where the cap is just crashing into a beer drop in there, and it costs like something pretty amazing in there, but that's pretty basic at the end of the day. So with this you can have a bunch of candies and start just making something for a candy company and make your own commercials, even though if you have in your family a company for, I don't know, for food or something like that, you can just use these kind of basic techniques just to start doing your food, your candies, your desserts, and everything. So there it is. Let's just add the denoiser. I want to see the final result without the noise in there. Let's just put 0.74, 128, 32. Let's just apply the denoiser with 32 samples. Let's just apply it, and then I want to use the open image denoiser, between normal and accurate. Let's just wait a little bit and see the final result. So here it is, guys. This is without the noise. Let's just make something a little bit more bigger in order just to show you how it looks. Yeah, there you go, guys. And let's just change, just at the end of the day, I'm gonna clamp the blacks and whites in here. Let's just change these values in here until 8. Also, we need to understand that we're working with filmic color lot. We need to change to AGX to make this scene look a little bit more according to the final result. And let's just change it to perspective to have something a little bit more like this. Let's just see. Yeah, there you go. We can change just a little bit the refractions in here, because you know these candies are working with different refractions. They're very dense. They have a density a little bit like the joules. Let's just change to 1.84, or we can just reduce it to see what it looks much better. Let's something like, yeah, there you go. I like this shit. Okay, let's just decrease this value in here just tiny bit, and there you go. Yeah. What's going on in here is because there's so much information in the back. We have so much white colors in there, guys. So just understand, when you have an XSR or HDR with pure blacks and pure whites, we're gonna have these kind of refractions going through. The rays are gonna behave something a little bit more like a crystal, like this. And don't be panic. This is something that it happens in real life. So first of all, also, for example, you can just apply like a second coat in there, like we did before. Something like this. Let's just apply like a reddish color in there. Something like this. And let's just add some sheen in there. The opposite color is gonna be like some blue. Yeah, there you go. There you go, guys. I think the coat is too much. Something like this. Yeah, this is just for this candle. Let's just visualize what we already finished in here. Let's just click the banana, the candy corn, the green apple. Well, it's I made it like a grape in there. The mango. Let's just start just making these guys something like this. Let's just bring this guy close to these boys. And let's just change it to cycles. I'm gonna add a camera because I don't want to move my perspective so much, only on working stuff, but and that's it. Let's just, I'm gonna remove this guy in here, the render section. Let's go to the viewer. Let's just rip this guy in here. I'm gonna get into the camera. Let's just Ctrl 0, number pad, and let's just navigate. Let's just make these guys completely render for these guys in here. It's gonna be something like this. Let's just make a render in there. I'm gonna uncheck these guys because I don't need at this moment these guys. There you go. Yeah. let's just make a render. I'm gonna use the GPU in order just to avoid to have you waiting in there. I'm gonna put some basic settings in there. I will not use anything fancy. Let's just click these guys because I need minimum bounces in there, like 4 as a minimum, just to bounce the light in refractions for this guy. Yeah, and performance. I'm gonna use 256, and let's just hit the render. Let's just see the final result with these guys in here. Here you are, guys. So this is a tiny bit the final result with these guys. Is just the beauty. If you wanna just to make something a little bit more how to say a little bit more interesting, let's just change the look, like very contrast and something like this, and there you go. So you have the candy corn, you have the fruit candies, and you have the red caramel, the strawberry in there. So let's just move forward and let's just keep working with the other guys. And we are going to jump in something a little bit more advanced, and this is gonna be a little bit cracking your brain just a little bit, guys. I'm gonna put this into another collection because I don't want to render these guys. We're gonna work in something that you're gonna say this is not advanced. It's a little bit not advanced. It's hard to understand some of the mathematic stuff in there, but I'm gonna try to explain it as much as I can. And you know, do you remember the peppermint candies in there? So it has like a red and white spiral in there. So many people is saying, yeah, that's pretty easy, just paint it manually. Let's just make it a little bit more procedural. Let's just put a little bit more emphasis in there. So let's just start just adding the material in there, and let's just put peppermint candy underscore M. Let's just start just working, guys. This is gonna be a little bit hard, but it's just to introduce you to the intermediate and advanced stuff for to see how the nose works in here. So first of all, we need to apply here a ramp. We need to apply a gradient texture in here. The gradient is gonna help us to apply some gradient stuff for our peppermint candy. We need to apply in this guy some texture coordinates in here. We're gonna just start working with object. I know this guy already has some UVs, but we will not texture this in manually or something like that. Let's just connect this guy into the color, and let's just see. As you can see here, guys, we don't have, at this moment, we don't have anything. We're gonna need to change this guy into radial because we're gonna have something like this. We need to repeat the task. Okay, let me just because we have several problems with the visualization, I'm gonna turn off the lock in here. Okay, there you go. So we need to repeat this guy in multiple times around this guy. So how is working this guy in here? So it's working like this. It's working in one side and the other side. So okay, let me just one time. Let me just finish this. Okay, 0.025. There you go. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, the camera clip. So we need to. This is working like this because this is working 100% in until in the beginning from the center to outside. So you can use many things in here just to see how it's working, the gradient with this guy. But at this moment is not working with all of these guys. This is working in a linear way, so this is working in a quadratic way. This is working in Estin and diagonal, blah 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 blah. So let's just change it. We need radial. I figured out this with a tutorial a long time ago, but also a long time ago I was testing many things, mathematical stuff in here. So let's just add some math node. And many people is asking me, how do you know which one you're gonna apply? First of all, we need to fraction this guy. These are math. So if you're good in math, you're gonna understand what of these are gonna do in order just to displace or create different effects. So in this case, we need a fraction. We need to fraction that line in there. But not only that, also we need to multiply multiple times this fraction around the object. So we can just duplicate this guy, connect this guy in here, and then we can just change it to multiply in here. So let's just increase this guy in here, and you're gonna be able to see if I increase this value, we're gonna have something like this. So select a value that you're gonna be able to handle at the end of the day. So I'm gonna use 8, and I'm gonna use it with a fraction in there. So let me explain you something, guys. I was playing like a couple of hours before, and then fraction is pretty good if you want to have something a little bit more like very constant shapes in here. But I was just playing with these guys, and ping pong is really nice because it's gonna give me some fluctuation in there. Like some of them are gonna be bigger and some of them are gonna be smaller. Let's just change it to ping pong. So this is what I was looking for. So as you can see here, guys, we have some like white lines that they're going here and some black lines in there going in there. So those are the values that I was looking for. We're gonna play with the colors later, not right now. So we need to keep working on this because we have a lot of work to do. First of all, we need to duplicate the gradient, and we need to change this guy into spherical because it's gonna grab all the stuff in there. So we need to just put this guy in here, object in here, and then let's just do something in order just to see how it works. Let's just put the factor in here in rotation. And this is something that you're gonna tell me, this doesn't look like a spiral in there. It's just moving and grabbing the central point into there. So what we're gonna do in here, we're gonna just click and put and duplicate a math in here. And we're gonna just start just trying to match the point exactly in the center in there. So we have this. And then what are we gonna do next? So next is gonna be this. We need to move this guy just in one axis. We need to rotate this guy in one axis. We don't have any we don't have inputs for each of these guys in here. So we're gonna combine everything with X, Y, and Z. Let's just grab and move these guys in here. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna just plug this value to affect only Z channel. And let's just plug the vector into rotation. So as you can see here, if I just start just moving this guy, we're gonna have something like this. And there you go, guys. We're gonna have this spiral in here. So we're gonna just put 8 and then if you just want to have like small control in there, let's just add another multiplication, and we can just have something a little bit more like this. And there you go, guys, we have the mint in there. Let's just put the double, something like this. And this is the tree of the nodes that we already have in here. So in order just to have a better connection for the final result, we're just gonna add a ramp, a color ramp in here, and we're gonna add some colors in here. Let's just add 3 colors in there. We're gonna add a white color in there, and we're gonna add some red colors in there. Let's just add some red color. We're gonna have something like this, as you can see, guys. We can add a second, a fourth color in there, and we can just add something like this. Let's just do something like this. This is what I was talking about, guys. We can have some different kind of approaches with the final colors. This is something that I like so much about nodes. We can have these variations into this guy. So we can just manipulate with this guy. We can manipulate these guys and have something like this. And you can have these final results distorting this candy in a completely different way. So it's the light is because it's affecting really hard in there. So we need to move this light in there completely. Let's just, I think it's the XSR. Yeah, it's the XSR. It's not. Let's just move this guy a little bit more like this. Yeah, there you go. Let's just, yeah, the XSR is, I need to put some controls in there. So this is the XSR. In the shader editor, let's just go to work and then just Control T, leave it in generate, and then you can just rotate the XSR. Let's just do it in cycles. Yeah, we have something like this, and then we have this light in here. Let's just reduce the power, it's too much. Yeah, there you go. I think it's because this guy is affected by this guy. Yeah, it's this in EV. So this is how we can produce the peppermint in here. But let's just add a little bit more interesting results in here. So let's first of all, we need to put some order in here. Let's just add these guys in a more linear way, something like this. Yeah, to have these guys in here, let's just also add this guy inside of here. And these are gonna be just the controls for. These are gonna be the controls for this guy. The color is gonna be done by another completely different guy in here. Yeah, this guy. So we already have some order in here, and let's just add something a little bit more interesting. Let's just start just working with the roughness, because these candies are a little bit reflective. Something a little bit more like this, as you can see here. Something like this. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Something like this. And let's reduce the IR, the index of refraction for the specs. And yeah, let's put some sheen in there. Let's just go for this color in here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is the way I'm promoting. I'm promoting. So let's just add a little bit, something a little bit more interesting for this face because it looks so flat in there. So let's just add some noise in there. I'm gonna let's just add a little bit more like the noise one. Let's just add some variations in there. Yeah, noise is our lord in this job most of the time. Just add some bumpy. Let's just put this guy in here. Let's just add the color ramp in there. Let's just connect this guy also. First of all, in normals. Let's just see how it behaves. Let's just repeat this guy like 8 times. Let's just increase like 16. Details in 4.8. Let's just reduce the power 0.1 and 0.025. Let's just B-spline to have something a little bit more different. Yeah, there you go. And let's just do something a little bit more. Let's change it to linear. Linear was, I think, was good. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. You can see it in here. Yeah, you can see it in here. Let's just increase like 16. Let's just invert inside the value. Yeah, inside is pretty good actually. Eat. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Something a little bit more like this. The peppermint. Let's just put 0.4. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. And the strength 0.055. Subtle. There you go. And we can also use that also for we can use this guy for the roughness. Let's just see how it behaves. If we don't like it, we can just rip it off. Let's just see how it behaves. We can change the result. We can just invert this guy just for this. Put invert color. And reduce just tiny bit, just something like this. I think I don't like it. No. Roughness was good in here. Yeah. There you go. This is a peppermint. So let's just see how it behaves in cycles. It looks pretty good actually. Really nice. You can add subsurface scattering, but it depends on you guys. If you put a lamp behind these guys in real life, they have translucency in there. Let's just add it. Just add it just in case. 0.015. And there you go. That's it. No more. Yeah, and this is and this is the result for the let's change it to CPU. I don't want the computer crash. GPU sometimes it's because I'm streaming, and sometimes the GPU is just getting so much the OBS. So this is the result, guys, for to introduce you into something a little bit more advanced for um, nodes. I know this is just a simple shape, but it's a simple candy, but you can see that the trees are just getting bigger and bigger each time I do a tutorial. So as you can see here, we just start just understanding math in here with the gradient texture, with how it behaves with math, with the coordinates, and how to affect other coordinates. You can just do it. That's not a big deal. You can just start just moving and grabbing and do some specific stuff. That's not a big deal. But it's just in order just to show you how things behaves in here. Is you can just do different kind of candies. Sometimes the fabric, they do the candies, but they just displace some stuff. This is to moving in X and Y the textures. So as you can see, you can just produce different kind of results. So it's don't stay in your comfortable zone. Just try to experiment. Try to touch all the results at the end of the day, how they behave, how they do this, how they do that, and things like that. You can add more stuff in there, like the noise in here, for example, something like this, just in order just to make something a little bit more how to say, more different, to make different results. um, it depends on you guys. It's just try to make experiments with this. Yeah, I think, guys, I'm gonna just leave it like this because it's 5:33 a.m. here in Mexico, and I need to sleep, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial with these guys, with these candies. I'm gonna in the next in the second part of the third part, I'm gonna start just doing the gummy, the orange gummy. I'm gonna do the lollipop with gum inside, and I'm gonna do the Mexican colación. It's a very simple candy, but it's gonna show you how to do some other different kind of stuff. It's simple, but it's interesting. And also, I'm gonna show you how to do the red candy, but with the grab paper, with the metallic grab paper. So thank you very much, guys, and see you next, and have a good day. Bye bye.